Raider Nation, what's the deal, man? Once again, it's your guy Panama Fargo, back to y'all live with another episode of the Raider Rundown. Keep tapping on that like and subscribe button, man. It's finally here, man. It's finally that motherfucking day. The day we all been waiting for, draft day, man. So finally, all the shit we've been talking about, all the shit we've been speculating, finally comes to a close, man. It finally comes to a close, and we finally get some answers on what the real direction of this team is. I know a lot of rumors have been circulating. The Raiders gonna get Peter Skoronski. They might get Paris Johnson, Devin Witherspoon, Christian Gonzalez. All that shit is going to be answered tonight, man. So I thought, just for a little thing right here, man, I thought I could just go through some predictions that I have for tonight, man, what I think might happen with the Raiders, man. I got 3 little predictions for y'all, 3 little scenarios that might go down. And, y'all let me know what y'all think gonna go down, man. Just like y'all, I'm fucking nervous, man. And look, I've been saying this whole offseason, right? Like, I have faith in this regime. I do. At the end of the day, I really do. I mean, at some point, we got to have faith in somebody for this shit to work. So I feel like these guys are smart enough to get this done. At the same time, man, I just don't want the Raiders to do something fucking out of this world. You feel what I'm saying? Don't do something that's fucking like out of this world crazy. All right? Like, I feel like this regime is going to do something that is finally going to make some sense to us Raider fans. So without further ado, here is some of my predictions, man. First prediction. The Raiders trade up to 3 to get CJ Stroud. Okay, why do I think this? Just the shit I've been talking about all offseason, man. I think that Bryce Young goes number 1. It's inevitable. I mean, it was wishful thinking to think that the Raiders could go and grab Bryce Young. But at the end of the day, it's just the smart thing, the smart play. And Bryce Young is going to go number 1 to the Panthers. I still believe that Houston is going to pass on CJ Stroud to select either Will Anderson or Tyree Wilson, man. I think that's what's going to happen. And then once that happens, I think right now, there's already been reports, as you can see, that Arizona is fielding calls and really evaluating the offers they have for the number 3 overall pick. So at the end of the day, man, I think the Raiders are one of those teams. I think it's between the Raiders and the Tennessee Titans to move up to 3. And I think the Raiders end up, getting up there and selecting their guy, which is CJ Stroud, which we all know is a perfect fit for this offense, right? Boom. Prediction number 2, okay? Now, this is kind of a 2-parter, but at the same time, if we stay at 7, which is very likely that Tennessee ends up jumping us in this scenario, Tennessee ends up going to 3, selecting CJ Stroud. Okay, from there, I think the Colts are selecting Will Levis either way it goes. You know what I mean? So I think the Colts select Will Levis there. And my second scenario is that the Raiders end up selecting Anthony Richardson at 7. Okay, now, everything in me, it was telling me, right, they're going to get a corner. They're going to get a corner. To me, I really believe, and I might be the minority, that they actually like Anthony Richardson. And I feel like they think that behind Jimmy, him sitting for a year, him learning, and apparently they were very impressed coming away with the meeting with him and having him on the big board. I think that this guy right here would have the potential to be something. And we back. My goddamn phone died, so back from the technical difficulties. But anyway, like I was saying, man, McDaniels has already stated in that owners meeting in Arizona, man, that he'd be able to adapt the scheme to any player, man. Any player's skill set, he would be able and willing to move and maneuver the scheme to fit that player's skill set, right? And from hearing that, it sounds like he is open to having the idea of having Anthony Richardson here and adding some new wrinkles in the scheme, man. So it's already been stated about that. So I think that Richardson is in play for the Raiders at 7 if we were to stand pat and let the board fall, man. Last little scenario, okay? Last scenario, last prediction. I feel as though if every player that the Raiders have targeted early is gone, okay? I feel like the smartest thing for them to do and what they will do is trade back with, I think, the Philadelphia Eagles. Trade back with the Philadelphia Eagles and select a corner at 10. I think maybe Christian Gonzalez probably falls if we were able to do that, right? So those are my 3 predictions, and actually 3 scenarios, depending on how the board falls. But let's see what the fuck happens today, man. Let's see if we all come away from this bitch either happy or ready to burn some shit down. So let's see what goes on. But remember, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the content. Keep sharing it out. I'm gonna make a video whenever I see the pick come on here, man. Not going live yet. We're not there yet, but we close. Anyway, man, so, you know, make sure you keep subscribing, keep liking to the content, man. Remember, I always keep it authentic from the clouds to the ground on the Raider Rundown.